Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's Vulsa, and let's talk about the new season. Here's the matchup. We're in Season of Strife 4037. My Alliance, the Eternal Ducks, we're server 17. We're in the southeast corner, and our allies are A2G, and they're immediately to our left, server 183. And then the other ally is UHA, and they're on the west side of the northeast pocket. The other coalition is comprised of 25IW. They're the other alliance in the northeast pocket. WGL, they're on the north side of the northwest pocket. And BNR, who are on the south side of that same pocket. All right, in terms of matchup, this seems to be fairly well balanced. Look, I haven't done any hard data pulls or analysis myself. Right, the best I've seen is the Boss Nasty videos. Hey, by the way, huge shout out to him. I think he's really, BN's really doing a great service for the entire COD community. We appreciate it. Thank you. Right. Now, his data basically says the enemy coalition has about 3 billion more power total, a little more than 45 T5s total than our coalition, but that our coalition has about around 60 or so more 100 million plus power players, right? So the data is split, and that's really what you're looking for. Both sides should believe they have a chance to win this KVK. All right, so Brink of War is going on right now. We're in the end of the second phase of the training troops. Then we have the donation phase, and we're positioning ourselves to try and win the movement speed buff. It's a tight competition there at the bottom with BNR for that all-powerful movement speed buff. All right, can we at least agree that it's super dumb that the 5th place buff is better than at least the 4th place buff? I think you can make an argument that it's better than the 2nd and 3rd place buff too, but whatever. Okay, so the sides look fairly balanced according to the data. How should these zones play out? Well, the zone 2s look great. Each zone 2 should be contested. Our zone 2, ED zone 2 against 25IW. UHA will fight WGL, and then BNR will fight A2G. I'm taking a look at another server here that's a little farther along so you can see how this plays out. Each of these Zone 2s has exactly 2 Thunder Rocks and nothing else. With each side having a substantial advantage to gain one of the Thunder Rocks, being much closer, being able to secure it much more easily than the other side. I would prefer these one-on-one zones to have a clear winning condition. Like maybe you have two Thunder Rocks and a Hydra, or 2 Thunder Rocks and 1 Cosmic Rock. Remember that thing? And bring that back. The danger with the symmetrical Zone 2s is that there's a chance that both sides just take whatever behemoth's close to them and then turtle up, and it discourages fighting. Okay, the Zone 3s are a bit different. Remember, these Zone 3s go through 2 phases. First, the Gate 3s open up, and you see how the map has like 3 pairs of 2 kingdoms each, right? The south pair, the northwest pair, and the northeast pair. Well, each of these pairs gets Gate 3 access to the same Zone 3, right? Zone 3 is the Hydra and the Necrogiant. Then maybe a week after the Gate 3s open up, Gates 5 open up. All right, Gate 4 in the interim, that's the big statue gate. So the Gate 5s allow you from Zone 2 to invade Zone 3s. And so you can cross-invade other Zone 3s other than the one you have natural access to, provided you control the Zone 2. Okay, so what does this mean? On our map, 2 of the 3 Zone 3s will open up as peace farming zones. In fact, we have a camera. Here's a live look in right now. Okay, now we're going to share our Zone 3 with our ally A2G, and BNR and WGL, who are allies, will share their Zone 3. All right, UHA and 25IW, they're the lucky ones. They will have real fighting in their Zone 3. Okay, so like a week or so later, when the Gate 5s open, we, ED Server 17, could theoretically invade the UHA 25IW Zone 3 through the Zone 2 pass. And of course, 25IW could theoretically do the same to us. The other side of the map, A2G could invade this Zone 3 and BNR vice versa. And of course, UHA and WGL, have the same story. They could, through their Zone 2s, invade a Zone 3. Is any of that going to happen? I mean, I guess we'll find out. In my experience, most of the time, when you have this sort of delayed gate entry, before the dragon gets decided, there's no real fighting from the delayed gates. Now, that's most of the time, not all of the time. And then, like in my experience, once the dragon is decided and you still got a couple of weeks of the KVK left, just hanging around, yeah, sometimes you'll see the team that took the dragon or another team really press these delayed gates, because what else are you going to do when you're waiting for the season to end? But in terms of the opening of Zone 3, for us at least, we're not going to see any real fighting. After that, we get to the Dragon Zone. Now, this is a map, theoretically, where a kingdom can get locked out of the Dragon Zone. Generally, you think that'd be more likely if you're in one of the kingdoms that's sandwiched between one of your enemies and not adjacent to one of your allies. Okay, one last thing. I'll wade into the topic of the moment, which is the 4034 KVK. This is the biggest KVK of the season. It might be the biggest KVK of all time. This is the one with Echo and BTX and EIS, RAC, RFF, and SSG. A lot of divisive opinions about this. You go over the COD forums, they're talking all about this. Here's my take, right? None of these kingdoms, really chose to be in this KVK against these opponents, right? I mean, I guess they all chose to be in the Winter Upon Us scenario, but what were their options there? Their options were sign up for Calling of Courage, but we all know that basically no one signed up for Calling of Courage, and it would have been horribly imbalanced if any of them went there. Their other option, if you will, was to skip the KVK entirely. But you play this game to play this game. G2 is where you want to be. That's not really an option either, right? So all they could do is sign up for the KVK, and then they got placed in this. Okay, so now there are these 6 kingdoms are in the KVK. Did Diplo get us where it wanted to be? Look, I don't have an informed opinion about this. I don't know all the matchups. I haven't dug into the data. So I'm not going to tell you whether or not I think they came up with the best matchup. I've seen both sides of that argument. Some people saying, hey, this is the best they could do. Other people saying, no, this is stacked. It's Diplo win. I don't know. But I do know that I haven't seen a lot of people saying, hey, this is the matchup we've all been waiting for. We can't wait to see this, really exciting KVK. And that to me speaks to here's my soapbox again, right? We had a system in place, Dragonfall, that would have prevented this KVK from ever happening. First of all, your allies before the season even begins. And the second thing is, the Dragonfall system had the Paragon system, which prevents any more than 2 of the strongest kingdoms in the game from being the same KVK. And those 2 strong kingdoms can never be on the same side. All right? I like Winter is Upon Us. I think it's my scenario is an improvement from last season, but I still think Dragonfall is a lot better. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Hey, that's it, and thank you to everyone for stopping by. If you enjoyed this content or found it helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button. Remember, you can send me your war pets if you'd like me to take a look or review them, and I will be featuring the strongest war pets in the game right here on this channel. Look for more details in the description below, and until next time, stay classy, Belleron.